Hey athletes, so just to give you kind of an update on what I'm doing so that you guys know that what I'm telling you is exactly what I'm doing. So, I'm always talking about refining your process, refining your form, refining your program, refining how much you eat, things like that, just not eating refined grains. So, let me give you an update. A couple years ago, and if you have known me for a few years or have seen me work out, when I have done my squats, which is my sweet obsession, the squat, I used to take a stance where my feet would be about as wide as my shoulders, and then I would, not severely, but I would turn my toes out quite a bit, and then I would do my squats. Well, in the last few years, possibly it's my mobility is increased, maybe my comfortability is increased, maybe I'm just, way more stable. I don't know what it is, but when I go that wide, I get severe pain, whether it's in my knee, my ankles, my hips, whatever. So telling me that's too wide. So I've brought my feet in. Okay, great. I did that for about 6-8 months, and now I'm starting to get the same pain. So I used to do a very wide abducted stance. Now I'm very close to parallel, okay? My stance, my heels are almost right under my hips. My toes are just slightly turned out, and that provides me with the best power, the best control, the best stability. Now, because my stance is narrower, technically I'm going through a larger range of motion, which is more work being done, and I've been considering that. Because I'm not turning my toes out as much, my ankles have to do a heck of a lot more work. They have to dorsiflex a lot more. And my ankle flexibility has gotten crazy, okay? And my hips have to be able to open up and abduct more appropriately. So, as I've been increasing my weights, my stance has had to change in order to deal with it. And my efficiency has gone way up. If I can bring myself in a little bit more and my hips can open up, then my squats not only are going to affect my squat when I'm maybe receiving a bar overhead or when I'm doing a clean and I'm receiving it into a front rack position, but my stance when I pick the bar off of the ground, I'm not very wide when I do it. So I can keep my stance in, which is very similar to my squat stance. My stance when I'm doing a deadlift or something like that is a little bit narrower. That way when I jump out into my squat stance, it's a very small change, which means I don't have to spend as much time in the air. I can get into my squat stance. I can reactivate my body so I can receive the bar more appropriately. And I don't have to spend the time to add in too much external rotation. I just have to spend a little bit of time doing that. So again, my squats are actually affecting how I pick the bar up too, because the stances are so similar. So just an update on what I'm doing, that I'm constantly refining my form too, and you guys need to be playing around with it too. Just because you've done something the same way for 3 years doesn't mean you're doing it the best way possible for you.